afternoon, everyone, and I'm excited today. I get to spend a little time with another one of our heroes with the city of Rockford. And so we're going to just chat with Matt this morning and just to get a little bit more information about what he does for the city and who Matt is. So sit back, relax, and let's have a chat with our hero, Matt Flores. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, what is your position with the city?
I am one of the city's assistant city attorneys.
Okay. And so what do you do in that role?
So specifically in my role, I work in the city's litigation division.
Okay.
So I'm one of the main attorneys that would actually go to court and defend the city against lawsuits filed.
Okay. So you defend the city on allegations, alleged violations.
Right. Everything from property damage to federal civil rights claims will pass through my desk.
Wow, that's very interesting. Very interesting. So what do you enjoy about the position?
So the thing I enjoy most about my position at the city is getting involved in a lot of different departments and different projects.
Okay.
So the nature of my job requires me to learn quite a bit about various operations of the city, police, fire, public works, finance. So I get to touch a lot of things, and I get to meet a lot of people and learn a lot about how things are done.
Okay. Now, how long have you worked for the city?
I started with the city in early 2017.
Okay. So have you always been in the legal department, or?
I've not. I took a sabbatical from lawyering to go down to our community and economic development department and work with our code compliance staff on neighborhood issues for a little while. And I was in that role when the pandemic happened, and I worked with the health department doing some of the COVID-related enforcement and guidances. And then shortly after that, I decided to go back up to the legal department. There was an opportunity to do more litigation work, and that's where I'm at now.
Okay. So that was just in your blood, right? Just that legal piece, right?
Yeah. I stepped away and I missed it, so I came back.
Okay.
Thankfully, they were willing to take me back.
Of course. So, tell me about a little bit more about what you do and why you do it.
So, what I do specifically is I work with staff members and departments when claims come in to assess the city's liability and try to chart a favorable outcome. Whether that's going to be some kind of negotiated agreement or whether that's going to be defense of the lawsuit. It's usually defense of the lawsuit. And throughout that process, because of the nature of the way these proceedings take, my average case can go 2-3 years before there's a resolution. So it's definitely a lot of relationship building with the staff members we're working with, and allocating time to make sure we're meeting all the deadlines imposed on us.
Wow. What is one thing that instantly makes your day better?
One thing that makes my day better, I probably have to say, spending time with my family. So I do enjoy my department. I enjoy the city. It's a second family here. But being able to go home and see my kid always makes my day better.
All right. Without disclosing any confidential information, what is one of your fondest memories working for the city?
Probably working on some of our larger blight reduction plot projects. So in my initial stint in the legal department and carrying over working with the community and economic development staff, there was several large blight removal projects that we undertook. One being a blighted nursing home on North Main. Another being the former Magna on State Street. And I had a lot of responsibility for kind of buttoning up those conflicts to ensure that the city was not on the hook for monetary costs for doing certain things, and that we were able to make productive use of those properties. And so I'm proud of the work that we did. It was a very much a multi-department and team effort, but that's probably my fondest memory of project here.
Educate me on blight. What does blight mean?
So blight, I think, is one of those terms that means something different to almost anybody you ask. But from my perspective, blight is when we have circumstances in our neighborhoods or our commercial corridors where there is unused or underutilized or vacant or distressed properties
Oh, okay.
that negatively impact property values, quality of life, safety.
Okay.
So for instance, both of those projects I mentioned, particularly like at East State Street, there's the Magna building, which has now been demolished. And there was an old strip center, which has now been demolished. We had, transients sleeping in them, needles, drugs, things of that nature. And for a corridor where we have a lot of people coming and going, not only is it visually not pleasing, and encourages disinvestment, but it also poses a safety issue.
Okay.
The property on North Main was right next to a park.
Oh.
Nestled in the neighborhood.
Right.
And so that's another one where, the people living in that area deserve to not have this dilapidated structure.
Okay.
And I'm glad that we could, over time, bring some relief to that.
Okay. So it's just vacant buildings, and maybe not the appearance like right away. They may not look too bad, but it causes safety issues because people can, live in them or do other things to it. Right. Okay.
Right. And especially, even kids.
Yes, exactly.
When I was a kid, if there was a vacant building like that, I'm sure I would have gone in it.
Right.
And that might not have been the safest thing for me to do. So, we want to be mindful of those things as well.
Right. Oh, great. Thank you. So now we're going to switch hats, and we're going to just talk about Matt. We want to get to know you a little bit better. So aside from necessities, what is one thing you will not go without during the day?
Unfortunately, if we're talking about things, right? And I don't want to say like my family, not things, but probably my phone.
No.
Unfortunately, I think like most people, first thing I do in the morning is I check my email. I read certain articles. Or I'm playing a game on my phone.
Right.
I hate to say it, but I probably can't do it without my
phone. Which is true, most of us, right? I don't know about you, but I've left mine oops, let me turn around and go pick up my phone. Absolutely.
I won't turn around and go get my wallet.
Right, but
I will turn around and go get my phone.
Right. And it's so funny. It's like when you talk to an attorney, because words are so important to you guys. So it's like, we just throw words out, and you say, well, let me make sure this is clear. So what do you consider the greatest accomplishment of your life?
The greatest accomplishment of my life, so far, I would say probably I've raised partially a pretty well-adjusted and happy 5-year-old.
Oh, yes.
So every day is a new accomplishment because I've managed to keep him alive for another day. And he's a great kid and gets along with everybody, and he's probably the best thing I could have ever done in my life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have to concur that when we have children and blessed to have, children and to see them, and, it's amazing, isn't it? It's like your wife had a little bit to do with that, but probably more of it, but that's
there's
okay.
A bad part to him too, so obviously she had some input. But
we always get on the hook for that part, right? What is something that always makes you smile?
In the same vein, probably when I see my kid doing things for the first time. So he's very involved, right? So right now we're doing t-ball. He's swimming. When school's in session, he's also in Boy Scouts or basketball. And he had the enthusiasm and passion he has for basically everything.
That's awesome.
It's a joy to see.
Yes.
And it makes me feel better about where I think the world's going to be 20, 30 years from now.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, enjoy it too, because it goes so fast. And, even when they start doing AAU stuff or stuff in the summer, parents would be like, oh, I'm like, enjoy it, but before you know it, you're going to be looking for, to do something.
And that's one of the shameless plugs here, working for the city. Working here is great because it gives me an opportunity I have a predictable schedule. I have time off. So when he's got games or he's got sports or there's a after school concert or something, it's never been an issue for me to take that time and go enjoy those things and not worry about
Say that one more time, right? Love working. I mean, I need to make sure that is recorded and loud, right? Because you're right. It's like that life-work balance in your department. Because we do spend a lot of time here, but we also have to balance it with our families, especially with children. We have to be a part of their lives. So what is your favorite holiday and why?
So my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, okay.
Because there's really no commitments other than having to eat.
Right.
You don't have to go gift shopping.
Right.
There's no traveling commitments, at least for me. We can do stuff at my house. I don't have to go anywhere.
Okay.
Barely get out of my sweatpants. And it just revolves around eating and then spending time with my family. There's no stress of decorating, right? There's no Thanksgiving decoration.
Right.
It's kind of the final hurrah before you got to get into the holiday season.
Exactly. That's really good. I like Thanksgiving too, because you're right. And you're just thankful. You're spending the time with family. You're right. Not that hustle and bustle, of anything. So, and food, right? You are obligated to eat. I am, and eat as much as I can. Take a little nap.
And that's expected.
Right, exactly. And record them and make sure that's put out there too. So when people are looking at me and I'm having a couple plates, it's like, Matt and I agree. It's expected to eat that day.
Yeah, I didn't come up with it. I'm just following it.
Exactly. Where's the coolest place you've traveled?
Coolest place I've traveled. My wife and I went to Belize a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And that was a great experience, great vacation. It was very. We got to climb to the top of some ancient ruins from the cultures that were there before, and
how nice.
Contemplate how they had not only built these things but the lives that they had. And I will say, it's being a bigger guy that's 6 foot tall, going up these narrow passageways from indigenous people from long ago, looking over the edge it's these weren't designed with railings and safety features. But once you get past I think I might die here. It's a very, very, very fulfilling experience. Probably the coolest place, I think.
Yeah, and isn't it amazing when you see that because we have the skyscrapers or the tools, right, that we can be lifted up to build. And to your point, those individuals just build, right?
Yeah, they just figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't build a house out of wood and nails.
Right.
A birdhouse.
Right.
And
Exactly.
It's like, wow.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I wouldn't say that we were smarter than
right.
soldiers.
Exactly.
We just have better tools.
Exactly. So, what is your comfort food if you have one?
Portillo's.
Portillo's.
Yeah, I will say Portillo's Italian beef sandwich.
Okay.
With sport peppers.
Sport.
So I don't do the hot or sweet. They ask hot or sweet. I say neither.
Neither.
Sport
Okay.
peppers.
Sport peppers.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd love, and I'm a spicy person, so the hotter the better. But I do love sport peppers. But I have the jardiniere. I gotta have it really hot too. So
it's been my comfort food for so long. Actually, when I was in college, I went to Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, and on more than one occasion, we would drive 5 hours.
Wow.
Have lunch and come back. Right. There'd be classes we missed, but that's not important. More than important is getting lunch.
Getting lunch.
So it's been a commitment for quite a while. I'm very, very, very glad Rockford has me.
Yes, exactly. So what makes Matt unique?
I think if you ask people, at least the positive qualities of me that make me unique, is my sense of humor and personality. Okay. I try hard to, even when we're dealing with issues that may not be as positive as we'd like them to be, trying to bring a sense of respectful levity to it to get people relaxed and in a better mind space. So I think I'm good at that, and that's probably a unique quality, most unique quality I have.
Excellent. So what are your hobbies?
So I coach about Little League, my kid, and help with the Boy Scouts at times of the year. I'm also on the board of a local organization for mental health awareness. So that takes up a good chunk of my time. I don't know if those are true hobbies or not. But then there's also, garden at the house. With my wife. I try to get out and play some baseball every now and then.
Okay. Okay. Oh, the mental health piece. That's awesome. So you, just a plug, you did complete the mental health survey.
Yeah.
Did you say? Okay, great. Yes. I'm trying to do an ERG for well-being. So with that, which is very important, it's very important.
It is, and I'm glad that we're getting to more of a point where it's not stigmatized.
Exactly.
I personally have mental health issues that I go through that I talk to someone for, and I think that there's no shame in that.
Not at all.
There used to be a big stigma about it, so I'm glad that us as an employer, but also society at large, is seeing to be more understanding of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I am too, as an employer, through HR. It's very important, right? And to remove that stigma of such. So, people can get what they need, which most of them do, and be okay with it. It's the same as with mental health, women that may be going through menopause. It's the stigma of not to talk, right? To talk about it. So, well, that's good to hear. Good for me. I do listen very well. So when I have groups and stuff, I do remember. So you know that, right? So, okay, final question. How do you want to be remembered?
I hope I'm remembered for leaving things a little better than I found them in. I try to make improvements in the roles I'm in, whether it's helping a client through a tough time, or whether it's working in a neighborhood and making smaller differences that may only impact one or two people. I hope that I'm part of their memories of the city doing something positive for them.
I love that, because it's more of giving to someone else, right? To make the world better, place for children or what have you, or the individual, right? So, well, you do a great job. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time. And the mayor thanks you, city council, thank you for using your talents here through the city of Rockford. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me.